Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Little League World Series. I'm Felix of the Williamsport Sun-Gazette, and I'm here with Masse. Chris, last night we watched New Jersey and Connecticut advance into the Little League World Series. I mean, 2 losses and you're out of this tournament, and they stayed alive. Which one of those 2 teams do you think has most staying power?
It's a good question. I'd say Connecticut maybe. Connecticut has a little easier bracket. You know, they're all great teams here, but I would say, you know, New Jersey's going to play the loser of this California-Tennessee game, and that's going to be a big challenge, whoever that is. Connecticut's going to play either Texas or Indiana, whoever loses that game. But I was impressed with both of them. I was impressed with both of them even when they lost their opening games. New Jersey has the top of the order is great. They hit well throughout the lineup. Emil Matty's a special kind of player. And Connecticut, 12-0 yesterday, and they've got most of their pitching eligible now for Monday. So just because of the way the bracket's set up, I'll go Connecticut, but they're both great teams.
And how about the pitching depth these teams have to show when they start coming through the losers bracket?
That's huge, and that was one of the great things for Connecticut was Matt Gravel only threw 49 pitches, so he can't pitch Monday, but if they win and they get to Tuesday, he's eligible, and they have the race. The coach's kid, I can't remember his first name now, but his last name's Murray. He's Ryan Murray. He's ready to go for tomorrow. But that's huge. I mean, that is why getting to this, you know, the winners of today's game are sitting pretty because they don't have to play again until Wednesday. And then if you can win that Wednesday game, you don't play again until Saturday. So it's huge. You can almost ride your race the whole way if you get into that winners bracket final. Like you said, if you don't have luck in the losers bracket final, it's probably not going to go far.
This is something we always talk about during the high school playoff season. I mean, saving your pitching. I mean, can you imagine being a coach and having to make so many of these decisions?
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, New Jersey was faced with that last night. They built that 5-0 lead against Oregon, and they pulled their. He's not their ace, but he's their number 2. But he's like their 1A, and they took him out of there to keep him ready for Monday. Next thing you know, it's a 5-4 game, and Oregon's got tying runs on go-ahead runs on 2nd and 3rd with no outs. Luckily for them, Felix came in after that and pitched lights out. But you see the kind of thing that's the kind of dilemma you're faced with. If it wouldn't have worked out, you can't necessarily blame him, you know, because you're forced in that situation where not only do you have to try to win this game in front of you, you do have to look a few steps ahead. I wouldn't want to be in those coaches' shoes.
Now, we talked a little bit about the winners today, how they're set up with their pitching. I mean, which teams that would win today do you think has the best ace and would be in the best position to maybe advance to the championship game?
I'd say Tennessee because Brock Myers, his last 2 outings has showed that he's a special pitcher. And in the Southeast Final against Warner Robins, in Warner Robins no less, with 8,000 Warner Robin fans there, he goes out, pitches 5 innings and no-hit ball with 11 strikeouts. Might have thrown a no-hitter if he didn't get to the 85 pitches after 5. Then he comes out here in his first series game, gives up 1 hit in 5 innings. I think he had 7 strikeouts in that game. Throws in the 70s, great curveball, so they're in that position where he can throw today, they could bring him back Wednesday. If they win then, they could bring him back Saturday. And Texas, if they can win today, they've got their ace Tyler Bent ready to go Wednesday. And if they won that, he'd be ready to go Saturday. So they're both, I'd say those 2 specifically, I think those are 2 of the best pitchers in the field. So if those 2 teams can win, they're in a good position moving forward.
I mean, everyone's talking about this California-Tennessee game. Tell us why, you know, we should stop and tune into the Indiana-Texas game as well. I mean, what's intriguing about that contest?
I think Indiana, is one of the great stories here. The team with remarkable resiliency. I wrote a column today about some of the things Cade Smeckens and Bryce Pinkett have gone through. And those 2 kind of symbolize the whole team. The whole team is tough as nails. Their league president for 35 years, he died, I think, last February. Danny Smeckens, Caden's father, he died a year and a half ago after coaching this team for a long time. So this is a team, you know, collectively that's gone through a lot and had to grow up a lot at a young age. And they've done it, and they've lost 4 games in the series. Usually they don't see that, but it doesn't faze them. They just, the resiliency they have is pretty remarkable. So I think that's a team you can never count out. I think everybody's looking at Texas and saying, it's their game to win, but from watching Indiana last week or so, I just can't count them out. They're tough as nails.
I know you don't get a chance to watch them a lot, but Mexico and their power. I mean, what American team could we possibly see, show that type of power, or is it just a different level this year, and so the American team's going to play maybe like the old St. Louis Cardinals, station to station, steal bases.
We've seen it in bursts. New Jersey hit 3 home runs last night. Matte had 2 of them. Tennessee hit 4 against Nebraska, but I don't know if that's usually Tennessee's style. I think the coach said after that game, we haven't hit that well since districts, and their strength is pitching. But I like New Jersey. I think you can see a lot of power from them. They're 1 through 4. They hit a lot of home runs in regionals. For home run power, I'd say maybe they're the top dog. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're the best team in that field. It's the same way with Mexico. They're hitting the ball out of the field at an alarming rate, but they lost their first game. So, if you got the pitching and defense, that's usually going to trump the home run power.
Now, with Uganda eliminated from championship competition, now New Jersey, typically the Mid-Atlantic team starts drawing the fans because they're considered a local team here. You said you like them. I mean, how much of a big factor do you think the fans could be once they start hitching their trailer to New Jersey?
I think they could be a big factor, and the Texas game they played in the opener, I think you started to see their impact. In the 4th inning, they were down 4-0. Scored twice. The whole third base side, right field side, every fan there was on their feet. And you could see they were starting to feed off that. Texas maybe was getting a little rattled. To Texas's credit, they got out of that inning and won the game. But you saw it again last night against Oregon. I think the kids really feed off that. You saw it last year with Keystone. They lost that first game. Once they got that win under their belt, they started to roll, and you could just see them feeding off that energy. Obviously, it's not going to be as big as Keystone last year, but I think their fan base will increase with every win they get if they can string another 1 or 2 wins together. That could take them, in addition to the fact that they're a really good team, that could take them a long way.
All right, well, thanks a lot. That's an American preview for today. I'm Jake Felix. This is Chris Masse of the Williamsport Sun-Gazette. Enjoy the games, and we'll see you again tomorrow.